Coming up on Around San Diego, tenants in a Colina del Sol apartment complex say they are being treated unfairly. Our Steve Price has the story. And the park fire continues to burn up north near the city of Chico. More on the local fire crews who are there to help. Plus, those living in Santee are happy and hopefully healthier. Trader Joe's is officially open. We'll have a look inside the brand new store. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us as we take you around San Diego. I'm CBS 8's Jenny Day. I'll get you caught up on a week's worth of news and look ahead in less than 30 minutes. So tenants of an apartment complex in Colina del Sol say that they are being treated unfairly and threatened with eviction notices so that the landlord can raise rents by as much as 50%. The residents say that they have even had their own cars towed from their own assigned parking spaces. CBS 8's Steve Price starts us off.
Residents of this apartment complex in the 4200 block of Winona Avenue in Colina del Sol say the landlord wants them to get out and stay out.
Payless Realty now threatens evictions under the pretext of remodeling, claiming improvements would make property too expensive and too good for its current immigrant, refugee, elderly, and disabled tenants. This is offensive and degrading to our community.
Tenants say they've been hit with sudden rent increases ranging from 38 to 50%, including Maria Cuevas, who has lived here for 20 years.
They have not only raised her rent, but have also given her a 3-day notice to vacate. She has continuously faced injustice and harassment at the hands of her landlord.
Tenants say when they speak up or file complaints, they face retaliation.
These actions have caused me significant stress physically, financially, and me and my wife and my daughter.
Reedy Omar says his rent jumped from $2,000 a month to $2,800, and when he complained, he says the landlord started towing his car over and over again. Now he's hired an attorney.
They've towed his car 6 times now. This property complex, after him making a complaint, she went and then had the towing place had them rivet a no parking sign on his garage door and had him towed from his assigned parking space.
CBS 8 reached out to Payless Realty, but they hung up as soon as we identified ourselves. Now residents are asking the city for help and threatening lawsuits.
This is not what San Diego's about. These are not the kinds of things that landlords in San Diego are supposed to be doing to their tenants, and somebody needs to speak up.
In Colina del Sol, Steve Price, CBS 8.
Steve, thank you. And the county is now issuing a violation related to the bad smell from sewage in the South Bay. It comes after the San Diego County Air Pollution Control District says they received 150 complaints regarding the odor in just 1 week.
God forbid if you want to come outside and take a late night walk or something, with your dog. But now I can't even do that because you might be out there a few feet or, a couple hundred yards and it hits you.
Yeah, the agency says they found elevated levels of hydrogen sulfide, a colorless gas known for its rotten egg odor. It doesn't pose a health risk, but it was enough to issue the violation to the International Boundary and Water Commission and its contractor for causing a public nuisance. The smell is the result of them failing to properly maintain the Hollister wastewater pump station, which sent sewage flowing into the area. Imperial Beach Mayor Paloma Aguirre says that she hopes this will convince Governor Gavin Newsom to declare a state of emergency. Well, right now, an encampment continues to grow in El Cajon. Neighbors say Caltrans has cleared it out, but within hours, people moved right back in. This is just around the corner from an elementary school near First Street and the 8. Steve Price also checked this one out and has answers from Caltrans.
From the street, you see fences cut, trash, and clothing. Now, take a look from above. Huge encampments, bicycles all over the place, even a makeshift shelter.
It is dangerous.
Marianne Ostermeyer is beyond frustrated with the situation around First Street and I-8 in El Cajon.
The other day, I saw a mother walking with her 3 kids, and I saw this maniac pop out of this fence and start lunging and screaming at her.
And making this even more concerning is that Narenka Elementary is just a couple blocks away, and school starts up again in a few weeks.
It's not okay.
Marianne has notified Caltrans, and they have been out here cleaning out the encampments, but
Caltrans will fix the fencing. They've spent God knows how much money fixing the fencing. And then that night, the fencing is cut again.
Caltrans keeps patching the same old fencing. But just a few miles away, they've been installing this new, heavier fencing that's a lot tougher to cut. Working for you, we reached out to Caltrans, and they acknowledged Marianne's area is a problem, telling us in a statement, "We are aware of the date that children will be walking by this area to begin the new school year at Narenka Elementary and are aiming to have the area cleared by then." As for the heavier fencing, they said Caltrans is looking into installing fortified fencing in this area.
It's time for Caltrans to look at that priority list and say, hey, maybe if there's a middle school in the area, maybe we need to jump that up on the list.
Caltrans has agreed to keep us updated on the area, and Marianne promises to stay on top of it too.
I can't fix the world, but by God, I can take a stand here, and this is a stand. This is the hill on which to die.
Steve, thank you again. Now to the park fire burning near Chico. It has grown to more than 391,000 acres, and it is just 18% contained at this hour. The Chula Vista Fire Department is there in Northern California to help battle these flames. They have reassigned 14 of their strike team firefighters from the Gold Complex fire in Plumas County to the park fire. Officials say they have equipment that can make it easier for crews to rescue people in hard-to-reach areas. It's known as a rapid extrication module.
Fully equipped to get that UTV or set up a rope system to bring somebody to where we can eventually get them onto either an air ambulance or an ambulance on the ground and get to the highest medical treatment.
Yeah, teamwork. So San Diego Cal Fire crews, as well as strike teams from San Diego, Carlsbad, and Heartland Fire Departments are also out there helping in the park fire. Well, 2 minors charged in connection with 2 shootings in Chula Vista that left 1 person dead and 2 others injured will be prosecuted now in federal court. The 2 shootings are believed to be cartel related. The first shooting took place outside of a Chili's restaurant on Paseo del Rey in Chula Vista, where 1 man was hurt. The second shooting happened just hours later outside of the Salerno Luxury Rentals in Otay Ranch. 1 person there was killed and another wounded. The 2 teenagers were in juvenile court Monday, where the case was dismissed, as again, it now heads to federal court instead. We spoke with Stephen Duncan, a retired special agent with the California Department of Justice, who says it's important that the public is aware of what's going on.
The public needs to know that this is cartel related. They need to know that it happens, and it's been happening for as long as I've lived. And we do get that bleed over stuff. The key is responding to that, viciously and aggressively and proactively.
Yeah, so again, the teens charged in the shooting will now face federal charges. Well, this week, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria signed a plan into law that will pave the way for high-rise buildings and thousands of new housing units in Hillcrest. It will also include adding an LGBTQ plus cultural district and an entertainment district. Businesses that have been operating in Hillcrest for more than 30 years will have protection. The City Council also approved plans for University City to add 30,000 new housing units. Now, the City of San Diego is buying private property near UCSD as well to install bike lanes on Gilman Drive. But at least 1 property owner is refusing to sell. Some owners claim the city is not offering a fair market price. So now officials are using eminent domain to move forward. That means the government can seize the land, but they do have to pay the owner. Negotiations will continue with landowners. Gilman Drive already has single bike lanes in both directions. The new lanes would be separated from traffic. Well, after years without a regular service, City Heights now has a dedicated cleaning and maintenance crew. The City Heights Community Development Corporation is managing a new contract to clean and keep the neighborhood in shape. The agreement includes 5 staff positions, which will serve property and business owners in the area. They'll help with things like landscaping, sidewalk and gutter sweeping, trash removal, and graffiti abatement. The neighborhood group is also planning to hold regular community cleanup events. Good stuff. Well, right now, schools across the state are struggling to fill teacher positions, but a new state law could help. SB 153 allows for a bachelor's degree or higher to be all that's needed for a person to prove they have the basic skills required for admission to teacher credentialed programs. These programs are now seeing an uptick in applicants. Is in preparation for the state's universal pre-K program, which is set to begin in the fall of next year. And California is now hoping to have an extra 12 to 15,000 new teachers by then. Well, the new Trader Joe's in Santee officially opened. The new 15,000 square foot space is located at the old Best Buy building there on Mission Gorge Road and Cuyamaca Street. Trader Joe's says that they've hired 80 new crew members from the area and 25% are transfer employees from neighboring stores. Locals say that they are ready to shop.
Well, it was empty for so long, yeah. So we were excited when we heard it was going to be Trader Joe's.
A lot of excitement. So yeah, Trader Joe's in Santee is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. There is still 15,000 square feet left from the old Best Buy building. A trusted source says that an Ulta Beauty will be moving in next door. The storefront next to it, though, is available for lease. Well, coming up, did you know the San Diego Zoo is one of the only places in the country that's home to platypus? We'll tell you why and break down an important partnership that makes it possible. Well, right now we are getting a look at an underwater bloom. Take a look.
No, never. We've never seen, and the divers that have that were diving that day also have never seen anything that the salp's that thick.
I love this. So when Captain Laura Meyer took a group of divers out near Point Loma, the water was filled with an extraordinary number of salp chains. Salps are a jelly-like filter-feeding marine. They actually are asexual animals that clone themselves, creating chains. And when the chains break apart, reproduction kicks in.
The ocean is like the last frontier, right? So a lot of unexpected and happy surprises.
Even though salps look like jellyfish, they are not related and don't sting at all. According to Meyer, the cause of the salp bloom was an abundance of food. Pretty cool. Well, the San Diego Zoo Safari Park Wildlife Alliance is partnering up with a zoo in Australia. As CBS 8's Isabella Roberts explains, they are trying to help the platypus.
Well, the San Diego Zoo Safari Park is home to the only platypuses outside of Australia, which makes the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance the perfect partners to the Taronga Zoo and Australia's platypus conservation efforts.
This project is 100% aligned with our entire mission, with the reason we are here.
The Taronga Zoo and the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance have been long-standing partners.
We've been sister zoos for decades.
They even gifted us 2 platypuses from their zoo, which Dr. Hendrik Nolens with the Alliance says is a major privilege.
And with that privilege comes the responsibility to give back to the animals, contribute our understanding, our knowledge, our access to animals, data, samples, to helping conserve platypus in the wild.
After the Australian wildfires in 2019, the Taronga Zoo realized there was no place in Australia for platypus rescue.
The platypus is tremendously important for the health of its ecosystems. You know, the river sheds, the watershed, the rivers keep those systems healthy.
So Taronga Zoo sprang into action, creating not only a rescue facility, but a conservation project.
To our knowledge, the world's first truly dedicated program towards understanding the protection going forward of platypus, the platypus population in Australia.
And while Taronga is working on rescue and rehabilitation, San Diego is pitching in some help in the science component of the program.
Our whole team is in support of this. We have an extensive wildlife health, conservation science, wildlife care team with a lot of knowledge, and any of our data knowledge expertise people can be available for this work.
Their research will help the Taronga Zoo understand the genetics of the animals and the conditions needed to release them back safely into the wild. And San Diego is excited to help.
It's excellent work. It is conservation at its finest and most tangible, so we're very proud to be part of this initiative.
In San Diego, Isabella Roberts, CBS 8.
Too cute, Isabella, thanks. Still ahead, an Olympic medalist trains right here in San Diego County. Our Sean Stiles tells us more about skateboarder Jagger Eaton and the local impact he's had on the sport. Well, the Padres are giving back to the community by showing a few little MVPs what it's like to play in the majors. This week, USAA held its Salute to Service boot camp, where the children of local military families got to train at Petco Park. Dozens of kids spent a couple hours there on the field and got feedback from Padres coaches. Padres players we spoke to say they understand all the excitement. They were big fans when they were kids, too.
I go back to the time when I was a kid about their age, and I got to walk on the warning track at Angel Stadium, and just to catch a glimpse of some of those guys was incredibly influential and super cool. So hopefully it's it's like I remember.
Yeah, good for them. So afterwards, those kids did get to meet some of the players and get their autographs. Well, another San Diegan put his name in the history books at the Olympics. Jagger Eaton won a silver medal in the street skateboarding event. CBS 8's Sean Stiles visited one of his training sites this week and had a chance to talk with his first coach.
Yesterday at the Olympics, local hometown hero Jagger Eaton took the silver medal in street. We came up to one of his early stomping grounds, the Magdalena Ecke YMC skate park, and believe it or not, we ran into his first coach, Jeff Jewett. Introduced to Jagger at the age of 6, it was easy for him to see that he had something special.
He just had that it factor, and you could tell from day one that he was going to accomplish great things in skateboarding, possibly be the best that ever was.
That's when Jewett started working with Eaton and was with him earlier this year in Rome, getting ready for the Olympics during an Olympic qualifier. So yesterday he was watching Jagger in his Olympic skate.
It was amazing. Basically, it was the pinnacle. It was the accumulation of everything that he had been working on since he was 6 years old.
And from that early age, his focus has been on a medal at the Olympics.
And then to see all of that come true and him execute perfectly at the Olympics was phenomenal.
Eaton is known for his natural ability, but he has that something extra.
The thing about Jagger that set him aside, though, was his work ethic. Is from a very early age, he was determined. I never say fearless, but definitely motivated and stay with things until he got them.
It's just raw power when you see him skate. He's got this authoritative style on a skateboard that he's just raw power. He's just a beast.
And for Jeff Jewett, who has been part of Jagger Eaton's journey, this is a special moment.
You set a plan and then stick to it, great things can happen. And so, yeah, I was goosebumps, tears, however you want to say it, but yeah, it was a special moment.
So parents, I've got a little bit of advice for you. The next time your kids say, I want to skate, remember these words. Jagger Eaton, 2-time Olympic medalist. Sean Stiles, CBS 8.
We're so proud. Congratulations on your success. That will do it for us. Thank you for your time as always. Thanks for staying informed. For CBS 8, I'm Jenny Day. Take such good care. Have a wonderful weekend.